Welcome to this week's edition of the Weekly What's Up. I'm Jacob Clore.
And I'm Rachel Anderson, and this is your Weird National News. As we all know, some people can go to great lengths to achieve a Guinness World Record. Something we don't hear as often is a dog receiving this award. According to Sky News, a 4-year-old bulldog named Otto set the record for the longest human tunnel traveled through by a dog on a skateboard. The task seems simple enough, but Otto really showed his skills when he shifted his weight on the board to maneuver himself through the obstacle course and avoid bumping into legs. 30 people were involved in the human tunnel, and no one was hit or harmed by Otto's feat. Talk about a talented dog.
Definitely. I mean, seeing Otto go through the legs and not hit a single one, this dog must have awesome, self-control, because he could easily, move one way or move the other and hit somebody. But he just goes through. He's calm. He's cool.
Have you ever ridden a skateboard?
No, I'm not that coordinated.
No, the first time I stepped on one, my legs went one way and the rest of my body went the other way. So the fact that this dog can actually stand on the skateboard is crazy to me.
Yeah. Well, usually when someone dials 911, they intend to report an emergency. However, this next woman's alleged emergency turned out to be a call for help getting chicken wings and cigarettes. According to the Huffington Post, 45-year-old Leanne Gay Watson of Lake County, Florida, allegedly called 911 telling the responder that she wanted chicken wings and cigarettes. Watson had been drinking and could not drive herself, so she decided to use 911 for help, as if they were Uber or something. During the phone call, Watson switched between hysterical laughter, crying, and shouting. When police arrived, she tried to bum cigarettes off them and have them drive her to get some. On her way to jail, she kept smacking the partition in the squad car with her head and shoulders and had to be hog-tied to prevent from hurting herself. She has been charged with 1 count of misusing the 911 system.
That's actually really funny to me. I'm just picturing her running into the thing the whole time. That's hilarious.
It's horrible, but when you're drunk,
yeah.
Drink responsibly, people. This is another example of one of those stories.
I didn't hear about Uber until college, so maybe that needs to be a more broadcasted service.
Definitely.
The viral videos of Shia LaBeouf at his 60-hour screening of all of his films have become a huge hit, yet no one really knows why he's doing it. According to Sky News, the screening lasted 3 days and 2 nights. He named the event #AllMyMovies. The theater was free to the public, but just in case you couldn't make it to New York, LaBeouf set up a camera facing himself so people all over the world could watch him as the screening took place online. Let's take a moment to discuss this part right here. Instead of setting up a camera so the world could watch his movies, he has it so viewers can only see him. No one has any idea what movie is being played as LaBeouf dozed off, stared intently at the screen, and even came close to tears. What a guy.
What a guy, indeed. He kind of sounds like he's a little full of himself right there. But it's funny because if you look at some of these pictures, the Even Stevens movie, you don't think that he'd be too thrilled about that one because, all Disney stars are jaded. But he's, tearing up, and it makes you wonder, what kind of memories are attached to the filming of that movie.
Right.
Or my favorite one of his movies is Holes. I like that movie a lot, and I read the book before I saw it because my mom made me. So
yeah, he's a funny guy. It's definitely not something we usually hear of.
Not really. Our small decisions have a huge impact on our lives. One Ohio man learned this after he made a last-minute trip to buy Hot Pockets, and that saved him from a plane crash hitting his apartment building. According to the Huffington Post, 38-year-old Jason Bartley was out running errands and decided to make a last-minute stop to the Dollar General to get some Hot Pockets. Hot Pockets. When he got back to his apartment, it was on fire. A charter plane crashed into the building, destroying it and damaging a nearby house. Bartley states that without the Hot Pocket detour, there would have been one more fatality.
Oh my gosh, that's insane.
That is insane.
Thank goodness for Hot Pockets.
Yeah, Hot Pockets. But seriously, just think about, your actions and how much they have an effect on your life. Just a small act of buying Hot Pockets saved this guy from dying a certain death.
Or what if he had the decision to save the calories that day?
Ooh.
That's so.
Good thing he wasn't on a diet.
Crazy. Well, I have some sad news today, guys. According to Sky News, the iconic gum wall in Seattle has been cleaned. The wall has been collecting a rainbow of chewed gum for the past 20 years, complete with business card, mementos, and gum stretched to make elaborate designs. There's estimated to be 1,000 kilograms of gum removed from the wall. Zoe Freeman, a woman who works near the wall, said the market is famous for the gum wall, but it also draws rats. What a shame.
What a shame. It is kind of sad, though, that they had to, take it down. Because, that's a piece of, character for that city. And I feel like taking it down, makes it another wall. And that's just quite a shame.
Yeah. Oh, well.
This next story sounds like my worst nightmare. According to the Huffington Post, a deer smashed into the windshield of a Dallas area driver and ended up in the backseat of the driver's car. Luckily, the driver, Frisco resident Christopher Coleman, was not hurt in the ordeal. Coleman states that he was briefly admiring the deer while it was standing on the side of the road. Next thing he knew, he heard a bang as the deer crashed into his car. The deer did not survive the crash.
Aww. That's so sad. You know, we used to live in like a country house and we had to take all these backcountry roads to get there. Yeah. There was always deer. We had to get these like little deer whistles to go like in the grill of the car, so like it kind of like warns off the deer, I guess. But
at the same time, I'm wondering if he really did briefly admire the deer, or if it was just a long stare and then, oh no!
It's one of those things where you see it and you're like, oh deer, and then you're like, oh wait, like it could run.
Me. Well, that's all we have for Weird National News.
But stay tuned, because when we come back, we will have Susanna Shepard and Mary Desmond with Awkward Moments.
To Maddie, congrats on paying off all those student loans.
Finally, right?
How'd you manage that anyway?
I started tracking my spending, changed a couple of habits.
Wow. I'm kind of living paycheck to paycheck right now. I don't even know how I'm doing it.
Well, have you tried saving a little?
I want to, but where's that money gonna come from? Bill collectors, they're the worst. Am I right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
Not home.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Welcome back to Weekly What's Up. I'm Mary Desmond.
And I'm Susanna Shepard, and this is Awkward Moments.
You know what's scary? The fact that today's high school freshmen were born in or after the year 2000.
Just take a moment and let that sink in. Just think about it for a good solid second. And about another thing that's just far-fetched to think about. 1965 to 1990 is as far away as 1990 is from 2015. Like, no, that's not okay.
No, that's crazy. That's insane. I don't know why, but like 1965 to 1990 just, it seems like so much longer. But it's the exact same amount of time. I don't know, I just can't wrap my head around it.
And I think it's crazy because the way we think about 1965 to 1990 is like, that's our parents' generation of like growing up and nonsense. And then 1990 to 2015, I mean, I was born in 94, so that's kind of like, it doesn't feel like, but it's gone by just like that.
It's just weird.
It's really crazy, Mary, it really is. And especially another thing, high school freshmen, I still think 2000 was like 5 years ago.
Same.
Like, what is this?
Yeah, 2000 is like...
Now these little babies are like where I think I am, but now I'm a college senior and having all these existential crises. It's not okay.
It's just super weird to think that, like, the amount of time it's been since 2000 is like, it's an entire teenager's life. Like a 15-year-old.
Like, they don't know the world before the year 2000. That's where their world starts.
That's so sad. It makes me... But, like, the thing is, I was only 4 in 2000.
But you were still there, before, pre-2000.
That's still weird. It's just so, I can't, like, I'm going to be 2 decades old this year.
It's very scary.
20. That's just so weird.
Just in these weird thoughts that we've had, I think we need to throw it back to the good old days today, Mary. Just reminisce on the simpler things when VHSs were the bee's knees.
All right, so, like, first of all, let's talk about the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Let's just talk about it. A classic 90s show with our boy Will Smith. I'm about to throw some serious awkward stuff on you though, like right now. Will Smith is now older than Uncle Phil was when the show was still being aired.
Like, this is mind-blowing. It's too much. I can't understand how, like, I always grew up watching this show and thinking Uncle Phil, this old uncle, strict lawyer dude, and Will Smith's the cool nephew that goes and plays basketball and makes fun of Carlton.
Raps, yeah.
And, you know, now he's just one of the old guys and he has kids and it's really, really weird. I can't just, please stop. Please make it stop.
On a sadder note, R.I.P. Uncle Phil. You're dearly missed. You were a wonderful influence in our lives, and we miss you terribly.
And it's weird thinking of him. He's gone now. Will Smith is old. And moving forward, another group that is old now, which is really weird, the Backstreet Boys. They're all in their late 30s or early 40s now. Like, what is this? I can't deal.
Backstreet's back, all right. And they're old, like super old. Like beards, and they're not boys anymore. I always picture them back in the good old days, and like, you know, they got their faux leather jackets on, and they're just like Now they're
Frosted
like old.
Tips.
They're not too old, but they're like they're old. Yeah,
Just-
like they're old.
Now they're the Backstreet Men.
Backstreet Men. Boys to men.
But looking back though, I always saw the Backstreet Boys band as Aaron Carter's older brother's band because I was never really into Backstreet Boys. I was more of an NSYNC kind of girl. So I was always like, oh, that's Aaron Carter's older brother's band because Aaron Carter was the love of my life when I was young. And now they're old too, and Aaron Carter's old, and life is hard.
Dude, I was more of an NSYNC fan too, but Backstreet Boys are just classic. And of course, Aaron Carter, he was the boy too. But then like Jesse McCartney came into the picture and just like made everything great for me. I was so in love with him. But yeah, actually, Aaron Carter came to a McDonald's like in Stanton a few years ago, and he was just like disgusting looking.
Oh.
Like just he let himself.
That's really disheartening.
He's doing himself. Whatever. Okay, you know what I miss the most about like 90s to like early 2000s? VHS cassettes. Those were the greatest. I literally had / still have like 5 lockers full of VHS cassettes. I still have a VCR in my room, and I still watch VHS movies. Like they're just so great. I think I watched The Lion King so much that like it physically broke. Like the VCR broke, and like the VHS cassette actually broke. Like the tape just wore away, and the plastic just broke. It was just I just kept shoving it into the VCR like nonstop. And I took it so seriously, and I ended up just breaking it. Like I would literally finish the movie, take it out, put it in my super fast rewind machine thing, and then like immediately watch it again. That's how much I love Lion King. That's how much I love VHS cassettes.
What I loved about VHS cassettes were, well, I don't know, maybe I was a weird kid, but I would like play with them like they were blocks because they were so big and bulky. I would like stack them up on top of each other and make like a tower of Disney movies out of them. That like you can't do that with a DVD or like sometimes movies are just on a laptop. Like there's no physical copy of the movie. You have it online, and that's really sad.
I did the same thing. I did little ports out of VHS cassettes.
And like CDs too. I mean, personally, I think tape cassettes and records are cooler now than CDs. But you know, back in the day, everybody had their little CD player, or like in cars, you had the coolest car out of your friends if your parents had a 6-disc CD changer.
Dude, that was
like
dope.
you can't get any
like,
better.
Albums.
Yes, and where you can make your own CDs.
Yeah, burning CDs.
Mixtapes.
Mixtapes.
Except for they were called mixtapes, but they were on discs.
They were like I just called them burnt.
Leftover from 90s times.
Yeah, ripping music from your Windows Media Player library.
Oh yeah.
That was the coolest. I always got my fingers stuck in CDs too because I would like play with them.
Yes.
My finger would like turn purple.
Oh, that's kind of dangerous.
Anyway, so.
Well, that sums up this week's episode of Awkward Moments. When we come back, we'll have Alec Holcomb and Haley Livenbaum with viral videos.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Welcome back to the weekly What's Up. I'm Haley Livenbaum.
And I'm Alec Holcomb, and this is Viral Videos.
Our first video of the week features Australian marsupials and grown men screaming like little girls. Enjoy!
Connor! 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 Get Eddie! It's that same one. Nah, come back. Nah, get in. Connor! Connor, get in the car! Reezy, get in the car! Reezy, get in the car! Get in the car! Get in the car! Get in the car! Oh, here it is! Here it is! Oh, shit! Ah! Ah, go! Ah! No, don't! Connor, don't! Connor, no, don't! No, 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 no! No, don't! No. Oh, no! Oh, no! Connor! Ah! Oh! Where you going? Where you going? Yeah, that's all right. That was good footage. Good. I love this. I love every second of this.
Just screaming. Like
What?
bloody murder.
What did he do wrong? I have to ask.
You don't see anything.
He could have done anything. Like
He could have like messed with that kangaroo. But kangaroos are kind of aggressive anyways, aren't they?
Like I feel like what happened was he hit a golf ball into like the nearby area,
Where the kangaroo was.
and it just
snapped off and said.
Mom was not happy.
And you see like 10 seconds, you're like, there's nothing here. And then you see the kangaroo like coming full speed at you.
I would be scared. I'd be scared so badly.
And they're big animals. They're strong animals. I'd be afraid.
No, have you like the kicks on those things? Like,
No thanks.
no, thank you. This next video shows what happens when you don't know what you're doing on a hoverboard. Darth Vader even knows it.
He just smacks into the wall. It's like in videos where you like see like little kids like running and just like smack something, but he's like
Adult, like
chilling in a Darth Vader outfit on a hoverboard.
I know he was trying to do something epic.
And it's
I
like,
know.
dun, 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 dun,
And
smack.
Dead.
Bam.
Honestly, that would be me. Like if I had a hoverboard or tried to learn one, I
Darth
feel.
Vader mask.
Oh, maybe not in a dark. Maybe like Chewbacca or something.
Okay.
Right. Fair enough.
do
Right.
you.
I'll do me. It's all good.
With the holidays quickly approaching, it means families will be flying to stay with relatives, which means moms everywhere will have this mentality.
Gotta clean the house now, people! I want this place looking like Disney on Ice in 1 minute. Harry, if you haven't made your bed, throw it away. It's too late to make it now. Company is coming. Get rid of the couches. We can't let people know we sat. The chairs need to be pushed in. There cannot be any sign of living in this house. I don't care if we have to throw everything out. I want this place looking like a new Mediterranean fusion restaurant by noon. David! We cannot have beds. We need more pillows. I cannot stress this enough. I need those things looking pumped. I need those things looking fluffed. I want the toilet looking like one of those chairs from the Men in Black headquarters. We need more bird feeders. I need a bird feeder at every window. Knobs. David, put seashells on the doorknobs. We can't have any clothes. Everybody take off your clothes. David, this is a dish towel. We need a hand towel. What are we, barbarians? But it's too late. Oh! David, there's muffins on the counter. Muffins. Oh! This isn't happening. Oh my God. We have to go into the witness protection program, folks. Okay, get out of the rescue again. Where's my family? Oh! Anyone see? I'm gonna do it again. We're gonna have to get it up. The middle chair in the middle spot. You can tell because the grain is here down the middle. It looks like Route 495 north! This grain is all Willy Wonka. It cannot be in the middle. Oh my God. Oh good, the pony shoe came off. Hi, welcome to the Water Town. We live outside. We eat mud and sticks. A blacksmith around who can put the pony clog back on my pony boot.
Mom, if you're watching this is you. I just want to let you know right now.
See, my mom's like, I gotta clean the house, and then she's like, it might be, but family doesn't come and stay with us.
Oh, see, we have family come stay, and it's a madhouse trying to get
everything clean. And then when they leave, everything's like destroyed. So you have to re-clean.
Right. I mean, it's not that bad. I mean, I would say, like, for Thanksgiving, the dinner afterwards, yeah, destroyed. But, like, if it's just for a weekend or people are just,
then
hanging out for an event.
We're not gonna, like, mess your house that bad.
Right. I don't know. There's just kind of this, like, mentality of, like, not messing with people. It pretty much is. It pretty much is.
White moms.
PSA to you all.
Calm down.
All right, so this last video was a true spectacle to film, let alone see by itself. Soccer would never be the same for this poor guy on the field.
Oh, damn.
This video is me in like a nutshell if I played sports. I was not allowed to play volleyball in middle school because I got smacked in the head by a volleyball too much.
Oh.
It's like I'd be running down the soccer field like, yeah, I got it. And then I would be smacked in the head with the soccer ball.
I feel like this is a visual representation of like college, you know, you have a few right. You have a few seconds of glory and it's a double whammy.
Then it just gets you.
It's me every weekend. I'm like, oh hey, hello.
I did like all my work, everything's all done, and then next week pops up. Sucks.
Smacks you in the face.
Well, that's all for viral videos this week.
Stay tuned because up next we have Kevin Stefani and Zaid Farah with TTG and the Basilisk.
Welcome back to the Weekly What's Up. I'm Kevin Stefani.
I'm Zaid Farah, and this is TTG and the Basilisk.
Okay, Zaid, bowl us over with this week's Decent Drew.
John Middaugh and Henry Warner served in Vietnam in the same company together. Therefore, when Henry needed a kidney transplant, John volunteered his own as replacement. The way John saw it, Henry has had his back so many times in Vietnam. So, as John puts it, this is payback time. The two have stayed in touch in the 50 years since Vietnam. Now, though both men are 73, they are still receiving messages from fellow company mates, none of whom are surprised at John's decision to help. John ends with a very decent insight. He says, it's not very often in the course of one's life that you can donate a gift of life to someone.
Would you give me your kidney if I needed it, Zaid?
If I was 73, I'd give you my kidney.
Not 72?
72, I'd give you my kidney. Fine.
71.
Are we going to continue this, or?
I want to know when I can get your kidney if I need it. Because what if I need your kidney?
It's going to be in the 70s.
In the 70s. So
all right. Okay, Kevin, your turn. Who's your decent Drew? Clearly not yourself. Cause...
I'm just going to get my heart back up out of my stomach from all the... Okay.
That's funny.
My decent Drew for this week goes out to Vincent Margera, beloved uncle of Bam Margera and the TV star who went by the stage name of Don Vito. Or Vito, as they usually called it. Vito was the brunt of almost every single joke, prank, and attack on the show Viva La Bam, and he brought so much joy into the lives of so many. His way with family, words, and women was very special, and I regret to inform you all that Don Vito has passed away yesterday morning in his Pennsylvania home from kidney and liver failure. Zaid probably wouldn't give him his kidney, but, you know.
I clearly haven't.
Rest in peace,
Don
Vito.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Don Vito. But you say you said a special relationship with women? Is that how you put it? I think he received a couple after on harassment-related issues.
I'm not sure those were
that sounds like a euphemism.
Not disparage him after he's already died.
He was a good guy. What was his original role on, what was his official role? Because I was always unclear on that.
The brother of Bam's father.
Ah.
And his role is to be beaten up.
Ah, well, they need that, really. That's the pinnacle of the show. Anyways, TTG Rozzy?
Yes, sir.
TTG Rozzy. Did you know that I do the cha-cha like a sissy girl? I do the cha-cha.
Can't believe you fought for that.
I have to.
That's great, you know? Wow, they just fought for the oldest one in the books.
I'm like, just like Ron Burgundy, really.
Yeah. I'm gonna roll with it. I'm gonna transition to our decently deficient segment. So here we go.
Cha-cha.
An elected official who announced funding cuts for public bathrooms might be rethinking the issue. Jackie Burns, a public official in Scotland, recently made local news when he announced the need to close a large number of public toilets in his hometown of Hamilton, off many residents in the process. Apparently, he closed too many because he was recently ticketed for a public urination in an alleyway when he could not find a toilet in time. Burns blamed the closures on Scottish spending cuts. According to Burns, the Lancashire Council is not exactly taking golden showers at the moment, having to cut roughly £22 million, or about $33.5 million, from its budget. The £40 ticket probably did not hit Mr. Burns hard in the wallet, but the embarrassment of insisting that the toilets be shut down only to catch the pipeline bling at the wrong time is priceless. And for that, he earns my decently deficient for this week.
I mean, wait, so he spearheaded the movement of removing the toilets?
Yes, because of budget cuts.
And his reason was what?
Budget cuts.
Budget cuts, that's it?
Yep.
So you're going to remove toilets?
The toilets were costing too much money, apparently.
Well, apparently not, right?
Yeah.
Well, maybe. Yeah, I
the
guess
40
it's
pounds that
irrelevant.
he paid is a little bit less than how much would it cost, but I still think it's pretty funny.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
What a jerk. All these people need to go wee-wee.
Including himself.
Including himself. Okay, Zaid. Change our lives with your decently deficient.
An Irishman, Joseph Griffin, has accidentally recorded his entire vacation trip in selfie mode on a GoPro, creating what is being called the funniest tourism guide to Las Vegas. Apparently, he only realized he had had the camera in the wrong recording mode once he returned to Ireland. Commenting on landmarks outside of the view of the camera, the cheeky father makes such snarky remarks as the Trump Tower having the same color as Trump's hair, which is very true. The 4-minute clip of fragments of the trip went viral when his son uploaded the video. Although not checking which direction the camera is facing, the entire trip is rather indecent. The whole thing makes for a good-natured monologue about Vegas, and for that we forgive Mr. Griffin and thank him for his useful insights.
Now, he only did what most girls do every time they go on trips, and that's videotape themselves on the trip.
Most girls, most people, I take all those videos. I mean, who doesn't? You know, you're in Vegas, you want pictures of yourself in Vegas. It's proof.
That's true.
Like, what are you supposed to lie to people about it? You know?
What are you supposed to do, like videotape Vegas? Why not show yourself?
We need eyes on the ground, you know?
Wow.
All right. TT Jesus Razi. What? That's... I repent all of my sins, and in return I only ask that you let your TTG tirade shine down upon us all. Your rent, please.
Gladly, Zaid. While we're on the topic of pee, I was having a deeply intellectual conversation with my good friend Sarah Moraine the other day about people who pee on the toilet seats in public restrooms. What I don't get is that some people actually think that it's funny to pee on the toilet seat and leave it there. Why is that funny to anyone? Or is it just laziness? Sarah Moraine, pictured here, toilet seat urinary expert, said that she would estimate that there is pee on the seat on about 8 out of 10 public toilets, which, for girls' bathrooms, how does that even happen? I feel like they would have to try to do that. I seriously don't understand why it's so difficult to just wipe the seat after you're done, yet so many people refuse to do it. I hypothesize that if people actually knew who would be using the toilet after them, they would be less likely to leave the toilet dirty out of guilt. For example, while the toilet seats at school or at stores might often have pee all over the seats, the toilets at my work are always clean because people don't want to upset the people that they associate with at work. I don't really see a way around that, so my solution would be to impose moisture-sensitive toilet seats in self-locking stalls that don't let you out of the stall until the toilet detects that there is no more liquid on the toilet seat. Please tweet any ideas or criticisms to twitter.com/KevinStefani. Food for thought that you can digest and hopefully would clean appropriately from public bathrooms. Thoughts, Zaid?
A couple things, man.
Right,
First of all, that was a pretty long discussion.
Yes,
Second of all,
it's a rant.
How is the 44 million pounds already for public restrooms? How is our fellow Irishman gonna afford?
He's Scottish.
You guys are Scottish. All right. How is our Scotchman gonna afford the expenses? He's already paying $40 or £40 prices.
I'm just talking about America.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about Scotland.
Well, the greatest country can afford it, I think.
Well, that's what I'm hoping.
Right.
And it's very important that we do this.
So you would lock the people inside the bathroom?
Until the seat is clean, which is not too much to ask. Am I right?
There are worse things than that I've seen.
I've really not seen many worse things out there.
Well, it doesn't take a stretch of the imagination. Anyways.
All right, Zaid. The basilisk must be hungry. Let's let him hunt in this week's Parcel Tongue Pontification.
One lie we all will be told this week is that Thanksgiving break is soon. I guarantee you that this Thanksgiving, you will still have some class assignments or group project or some college applications to fill out. Not really a break then, is it? It might be a little too much to ask and somewhat naive to ask for an actual uninterrupted break. However, I'd like to make the argument that it's not having work to do that pisses me off. Rather, it's the fact that I never know when I will actually have free time. Just being aware of when your personal chunk of free time is in itself a nice thing to have. And I say that we need more of that, and in some form of it or another. This Thanksgiving break just being the latest euphemism for extra time to continue working on your backlog of work. Or this all could just be me procrastinating as usual.
And leaving those people. I think it would
And like
benefit a
most
lot of
people.
people to have more structure in their lives.
Yeah.
In their collegiate lives as well.
Yeah. Wow, that's a bold statement. You know, that's really broad because like so many people don't have control of their lives. You know, take the politician who's, you know, being in the street of his
pissing his time away.
Yeah. All right. That'll do for this week's episode.
Have a good week, everyone, and we'll see you next time on TTG and the Basilisk.